Well, the first question is what is heat? The form of energy. What does it do?
Sir, increases the
Temperature.
temperature of the body.
Increases the
Temperature of the system.
Sir, it was a form of energy that flows from hot body to a cold body when they are kept in contact.
and what does it do when it goes into our body?
It raises the temperature of the body which is at a lower temperature.
Increases the energy.
Increases
What
the
energy?
internal energy.
Internal energy.
See, listen to it very carefully. Heat is a form of energy in transit. Right? Heat is a form of energy in transit.
Transit one.
Motion. Form of energy in transit. What do you mean by in transit? It means you cannot contain heat into a system. System के अंदर heat energy हम लोग रख नहीं सकते हैं. You cannot keep heat energy inside a system. Why? Because only when it flows from one body to another, we name it as heat energy. जब वो एक बॉडी से दूसरा बॉडी में फ्लो करके जा रहा है, तभी हम लोग उसको नेम करते हैं heat energy. ठीक है? But when it comes inside a body, it raises the kinetic energy of the molecules or particles of the body, and that's how the internal energy rises. So when a body receives heat energy, its internal energy rises, and when a body loses heat energy, its internal energy falls, decreases. Okay, so write this down. When heat energy flows into a body, it increases the internal energy of the body. When heat energy flows into a body, it increases the internal energy. It increases the internal energy of the body. না সেটা thermodynamics equation সেটা একটু ঠিক আছে সেটা পরে আসছে we'll come into it later. So is this clear? What is heat? Now who decides that the heat energy will flow from one point to another?
Second law of thermodynamics.
Temperature decides heat energy টা কোন দিকে ফ্লো করবে ঠিক আছে so write this down. The direction of heat flow is governed by the temperature. Direction of heat flow is governed by the temperature. ठीक है अब क्वेश्चन आ रहा है टेम्परेचर क्या है कि मैं बता
It is a constant hotness or coldness of the body.
it's just a parameter to measure the degree of hotness or coldness of a body. Means a parameter which decides the heat flow. ठीक है so write this down. Temperature is the measure of hotness or coldness of a body. Temperature is the measure of hotness or coldness of a body, which decides the direction of heat flow. All right. Now, the first thing you need to know is that you need to do something is called the thermometer. What is a thermometer? Thermometer क्या है? Instrument that measures the temperature of a body. So, temperature measures the is measured by thermometer. Now, what is how do we construct a thermometer? Thermometer बनाते कैसे? Now, see, there can be a very different types of thermometer. ठीक है, हम लोग सबसे ज़्यादा use करते हैं mercury thermometer. We have digital thermometer also, right? So, the concept is how to measure temperature is by measuring some effect of temperature, means something that changes with temperature. तभी हम लोग change measure कर पाएंगे and will be able to measure the temperature of the body. ठीक है? So thermometer can be of many types. Types of thermometer. One, expanding liquid thermometer. Expanding liquid thermometer. Constant volume gas thermometer. Constant pressure gas thermometer. Thermocouple thermometer. Okay. So these are the main types of thermometer we use. Now, what is the expanding liquid thermometer? Example is mercury thermometer. What happens? Inside that thermometer, we keep a liquid which on heating expands. And with the help of expansion, we can measure the temperature of the body. What is a constant volume gas thermometer? If we keep the volume constant and raise the temperature of a gas, the pressure of the gas also increases. You have studied this earlier? If we keep the volume constant, Charles' law, what does it say? Pressure law. It says that if you increase the temperature, the pressure will also increase. So by measuring the pressure, we can measure the temperature of the gas. And constant pressure gas thermometer is when you keep the pressure constant and allow the volume to expand. So if you increase the temperature, the volume of the gas will expand, and from the expansion and volume, you can measure the temperature. Okay. And the fourth one is thermocouple thermometer. What is a thermocouple thermometer? Thermocouple is a process of conversion of heat energy into electrical energy. There are some metals couple. The term couple means what? Two different things taken together, right? So two different metals when joined end to end, and any one of the junction is heated, the other junction has got a difference in current. Means there is a small amount of electricity that flows through the other junction. So if we measure the junction currents, then we can find out that with the change in temperature, the current also changes. So if we can calibrate it, we can use it as a thermometer. It's called a thermocouple thermometer. Now you have a question, sir, why do we use this? ये सब रहते ये यूज क्यों करेंगे? मान लो एक फर्नेस है, ब्लास्ट फर्नेस. You know what is a blast furnace? Heard about it? Blast furnace सुने से पता है? For extracting iron. Molten iron निकलता है. You know it melts at about 1700 degrees Celsius. So उतना टेम्परेचर में कौन सा थर्मोमीटर लगाओगे? वो तो इवापोरेट हो जाएगा ना. So इसीलिए we need thermocouple thermometer which can measure up to 2000 or 3000 degrees Celsius. অনেক বলতে পারে, শুধু এগুলো নয়. এখন তো করোনোগ্রাফিক থার্মোমিটার বেরিয়ে গেছে, এখানে বসে সূর্যের টেম্পারেচার কত সেটা মেজার করতে পারে. So there are many other thermometers. So for the timing we just stick to this. ঠিক আছে?
By any chance whether the Aditya or not helpful?
সে
Aditya.
ও তো সেটা পরে সব কিছু করা পায়. আচ্ছা, now listen to this. How do you calibrate a thermometer? For understanding the calibration of thermometer, first you need to understand scales of temperature. Scales of
Fahrenheit.
temperature, right? So we have, in general, we use three different scales of temperature. One is degree Celsius, another is degree Fahrenheit, another is Kelvin. Okay. So
temperature of Fahrenheit can Celsius unit বলে
না ফ্যারেনহাইটে কারণ করি, তার কারণ হচ্ছে সেলসিয়াসের টেম্পারেচারটা অনেক কম, ফ্যারেনহাইটে সামান্য একটু বেশি, ওটা মেজার করতে সুবিধা হয়।
আর ফাইনালি নেগেটিভ যায়।
হ্যাঁ, না ফ্যারেনহাইটে নেগেটিভ যায়, অনেক শুধু কেলভিনে নেগেটিভ যায়।
হ্যাঁ কেলভিনে,
হ্যাঁ কেলভিনে নেগেটিভ যায়, সবকিছুতে নেগেটিভ, দুটোতে নেগেটিভ যায়। আচ্ছা, এবারে যেটা বলছি মধ্যে, whenever we are using a scale of temperature, there should be a relation between them so that we can convert the Celsius into Fahrenheit or Fahrenheit into Kelvin and vice versa. So how do we do that? So we need, for that we have fixed up two particular fixed points, ठीक है? So this is called the lower fixed point, and this is called the upper fixed point. You know how are they defined? Lower fixed point is the temperature at which ice melts. The temperature at which ice melts, right? So that is 0 degrees Celsius for ice. For degree Celsius, the value is 0. But for Fahrenheit, the value is 32. And for Kelvin, the value is 273. Right. Minus 300 degrees Celsius कौन पहुंचा है? उतना कम टेम्परेचर नहीं पहुंच सकता। minus 273 is the lowest temperature we can reach. उससे नीचे we cannot even reach that. वहाँ तक हाँ molecular motion theoretically cease हो जाता है, वो possible नहीं है। अच्छा, lower fixed point is 0 degrees Celsius, 32 degree Fahrenheit, and 273 Kelvin. Remember Kelvin, you don't put a degree, okay? And the upper fixed point is the boiling point of water, 100 degrees Celsius at a 212 degree F R at 273 Kelvin. Alright? Now you use the linear interpolation method to correlate between them. Means take up any particular temperature. Say this is C, this is F, and this is K. Then we can say that this distance by this distance should be proportional for all of them. Right? Then A distance take C minus 0 by A distance take 100 minus 0. A distance take F minus 32, A distance the 212 minus. Similarly, A distance the K minus 273, 373 minus 273. So this is the interrelation between C, F, and K. So you want any conversion from any temperature scale to other temperature scale, you can always use this. And also you can use this concept to linearly interpolate for finding out or calibrate any other thermometer. Means, say there is any other thermometer for which the calibration is not same as these three. The calibration is totally different, but you can find out these readings. Say this reading is, say, let's write this as LFP, lower fixed point, and this is UFP, and this is X, any temperature X. So if you want to correlate them with this, it is very simple. It is X minus LFP by UFP minus LFP equal to any one of them. And in that way you can calibrate any thermometer. मतलब कोई भी थर्मोमीटर में अगर ग्रेजुएशंस मतलब रीडिंग तुमको मार्किंग नहीं दिया हुआ है, लेवलिंग नहीं दिया हुआ है, you can take it to the 0 degree Celsius, again you can bring it to the 100 degree Celsius and see the marking over there, and there after that marking you can calibrate the whole thermometer in terms of any scale. कोई भी scale के terms में हम लोग calibrate कर सकते हैं. Is that clear? Thermometer की बारे calculate करा हम लोग ऐसे? Yes sir. This is all about heat and temperature. Now we'll go for expansions. ठीक है.